Hello, and welcome to Rose Plays, Season 9, Episode 34. As always, I'm your host, Aurian MoonRose, and today we'll be doing a Top 5. So I left you in suspense last time. I not letting you know what the Top 5 was going to be about. Well, fret no more, as you've already probably seen the title. Crap. Oh well. So, today's Top 5 is about the top 5 hardest achievements that I had to acquire for the show during the 9 seasons. Now, although we don't talk about the achievements much on the show, unless you go to my Achievement Perfectionist episodes, I do try to perfect the game, or perfect it as best I can, minus multiplayer, and sometimes there are a few achievements that I can't get a hold of, because I'm just not that great. Or at least I don't think so, at least. Now, what brought on the idea for this one? Well, 2 reasons. The first one being, the last episode I went on a rant about multiplayer achievements and, how to fix them or fix how to acquire something, to that effect. So I thought I would continue on with the achievement theory. Wait, that's not right. Not the achievement theory. The achievement theme. I'm thinking game theory. So, that was the first reason. The second reason why I chose to do this is, as you know, next episode, the season finale, which will be the review show, of course, of Thief. That was fun. This marks the end of the 9th season going into the 10th. And I figured, what a better way to end the 9th great season, well, close to it, by doing the top achievements that were the hardest, in my opinion, throughout the show. So that's why I decided to do this. Now, before we do get started with number 5, I was going through the achievements trying to find the hardest ones, and I thought I had a lot of hard ones. Now, especially looking through the seasons now, I really didn't play that many hard games. I mean, Thief. We'll get into Thief. But, yeah, only 2.5 of these achievements are really hard, and I'll explain that in just a few when we get there. But, so, yeah, I couldn't find that many hard achievements. My bad. So, alright, let's go ahead and get started with number 5. Number 5. Yes, we know. I just said number 5. I didn't need to say number 5, apparently, because he did. So, anyway, number 5, the top 5th hardest achievement was you win a no prize. Completed the game 100% in single player. Cost 40G and was for the Lego Marvel superheroes. Yeah, I know, Lego, they don't have hard achievements. Well, for the most part, you're right. Like I said, I was scrounging the bottom of the barrel when I was trying to find 5 achievements that were actually hard. But there's a reason. The reason why this one is on the list and number 5 was because of the fact that you have to complete everything in the game, and it doesn't seem that difficult. You got to complete the main story, collect all the model pieces, collect the gold brick, get superhero. It's been a season, so I don't quite fully remember it. Yeah, I don't quite remember it, but it's like true superhero. But that wasn't the hard part. Oh, right, then you had to do all the side missions, the special missions. The ones that I actually had problems with were the races. Not all of them were car races, but some of them were flying through loops and stuff. When it comes to driving games and racing games, not particularly my forte, and so it did cause me a little issue. But honestly, I think some of the driving and flying missions were not as simple as they could be. But the main reason why this one is number 5, and the reason why it's on the list, is because it is time consumption. I mean, I told you my stats for it when we finally beat the game, what it all came up to. And, wait, no, I didn't. That's in the Achievement Perfectionist episode, which I've yet to make yet. Yeah, whoops, did I mention I 100%ed that game already? But there was a lot of time put into it just to 100% it. So that's namely why. Number 4. Alright, so on to the 4th hardest achievement of the show this past 9 seasons would be the Collector All, which was collect all of the artifacts. It was 125 gamer score, and it was from Murdered Soul Suspect, our first season of Rose Play. So, 4 kind of is on board in the same par of number 5, being that it was a achieving 100% of sorts. But instead of the whole game, it was only the collector's part. Now, again, this one was more time-consuming than hard per se. I mean, I suppose if you really couldn't find something and had to use a guide and watch everything to try to figure out what you missed, it could be difficult. Basically, the collectibles almost combined everything in the game's collectibles together except for the wall paintings. But this included collecting all the objects for the ghost story, collecting all the little trinkets here and there, which were kind of like that. But I forget how many there were, but there was a lot to collect too. I want to say close to 200 collectibles altogether, or something near there. So that's pretty much why this kind of became the 4th hardest achievement. For me, though, even though it didn't include the wall painting, having to play through this a second time because the museum gets closed off to you, that still made it difficult for me, at least. Other than that, we finally start, well, not really, if I remember correctly. Yeah, no. What I want to say is that 3 really isn't difficult at all and time-consuming, but there's a reason behind that, but it's nothing like the other 2 achievements that we've talked about so far. So, moving on to Take It Away, Voice! Disembodied voice? There was no number 3. Hello? There? Sorry. Yeah, I was going to the bathroom. Number 3. Well, I suppose that answers that question. Weird. I didn't know disembodied voices could go to the bathroom, but, please, don't answer that. Okay, just no. Okay. So, on to number 3. Number 3 was 2 out of 3. It seems like a rating. It was won a game of rock, paper, scissors. It was worth 20G from The Walking Dead Season 1. Yeah, I know. It's like, why did you pick this? That's like an easy achievement. Like, it only takes a few minutes. Well, yes and no. So, we did good the first time when we played it here on the show. It was the last achievement I was missing, actually, so kind of nice that it all worked out. But, the problem with 2 out of 3, unless I'm completely wrong, is that it's completely RNG. It's random. You don't know which of the 3 they're going to pick, so you could get it right all 3 times on the first try. You could fail and have to reload, and the reload took a few, minutes here and there. But, I mean, really there isn't much to say other than the reason why this achievement was so hard was it was technically the only hard achievement in The Walking Dead Season 1. Not knowing, was I going to do it? Was I not going to do it? You just basically had to pick and pray that you outpick the computer. So, yeah. Alright, so let's move on to number 2. Oh, he's going to be mad about that probably. But, don't fail me now, embodied voice. Number 2. Well, I guess at least he was on time this time. So, the second hardest achievement, which I guess is sort of hard, but it goes with number 3 as being kind of RNG, a little bit more than rock, paper, scissors, was the MVP Score Hunter, which was scored 1,200 points or higher in the Clover Touch Score Attack, also worth 20G, in G4, in a video game channel that no longer really exists. In D4, Dark Dreams Don't Die. Now, I did partake on this one a little bit with the Achievement Perfectionist episode. But for those of you who might not have caught it, in D4, there's this mini game called the Clover Touch Attack, or something around there. I'm not looking at the phone again. These clovers happen to fall down very slowly, and you've got to grab them, but you only get to use one hand in a circular motion. You can either use your controller to move it, back and forth, or you can use the Kinect. Well, I use the controller. Anyway, though, it's not that difficult until you get around about 800, if I remember correctly, at which point you get very small clovers, you get these lightning bolts that can freeze your hand, and sometimes there just gets to be too many. There's a tornado type one and a freezing one, which is nice, but the twirly one can kind of hurt you. But it's really RNG, and for me, it was really difficult. It involves skill, luck, and a little perseverance. I mean, I imagine, again, some people are going to be really good at getting this achievement. I just wasn't one of them. And at the same time, every time I got close when I was trying this, I'd be like 100 away, or I think the lowest was like 7. I'd fail because my heart would start beating, start getting tense, and bam, I missed it. I had many a yell fests on that one. Not as much as I have been on the Evil Within that we've been playing on the show, but still a nice little anger one. So, next, the top one achievement that was the hardest, which I will give a hint before we get there, was from this season, and boy was it difficult. More difficult than any of the achievements, at least on this list. Number 1. And the number 1 hardest achievement that I had to have for difficulties during these 9 seasons of Rose Play were Something to Prove. Kind of fitting for an ending. Finish the game with a custom difficulty of 700 points or more, which were 100G on the game Thief. This one was a challenge. I'm not going to say some people probably didn't have an easy time with it either. I think everybody has different skill levels of how things work and how they don't. But for this, you had to make a custom difficulty, and you had to do it on the hardest difficulty. Which, I mean, I play games on the show at their hardest difficulty on purpose. But I played a game on the hardest difficulty, well, for entertainment too, with handicaps. I mean, you couldn't use heal items. You couldn't go into your focus mode. No kills. No being spotted. If you fell, you hurt yourself. I mean, I really put everything up on me, but you had to get 700 points, and those were the ways that you did it. Now, you could have done the Iron Man challenge, which was beat the game without dying once, or it erases everything. But that would have been a let's fail that I would have quit. I don't mind playing on the hardest difficulty, but I'm not going to finish a 8 to 9 hour game on a hardest difficulty with that many handicaps, fail, and have to redo it again. Now, it did take us some time, I think. Well, it was this season, too, so I guess, this is we went 30-some episodes, we're still going as it is, so, I mean, honestly, if we look at it, we went, give me a sec, I'm going to look it up here quickly. Time passes. We're on 34 episodes, and we're ending on 35. So, I mean, there was 31 episodes of Thief. I'm kind of afraid what I have planned for season 11, how long it may take. But we'll see how that goes. So, those were the top 5 hardest achievements that I had faced difficulties for in these past 9 seasons of Rose Play. We will do this top 5 again in season 19 when we get there, and hopefully I've made the achievements a little bit more difficult than they are now. Guess we'll wait and see. So, next time, come back for season 9, episode 35. We'll be doing the season finale and review show of Thief. So, until next time, remember, keep gaming, never give up, and never go to the bathroom while doing a show. Okay, and yeah, that seems like a much better last thought than what I was going to give. Never be late for your show by going to the bathroom. Thank goodness I don't have that problem.